Okay. Okay. Let's see. All right, good. Okay, so can you hear me? Just want to make sure we are good. Not sure if somebody can say something, let me know that they can hear me or not. Yes, we can hear. Okay, great. All right, so here we go. Um, Try to make this happen here. So I want to welcome everyone here to our edition of our lunch and learn, and actually maybe snack or break. So, because I know we're having this a little bit later for today, but my name is Will Castello, and I am the CEO and founder of Triad Cyber Solutions here. And we manage cybersecurity. We provide cybersecurity compliance management services, along with IT managed services to small and medium sized businesses. So I have a team of experts here today that's going to help and assist me with running the show. So I have I have Chantel Allwood. She is our VP of Operations and Client Relations. I have Micah Blessings. She is our Operations Manager. I have Wasim Tahir. He is actually our extreme expert on the cybersecurity. He's the one that plays all the he's all into the fire along with myself while we're doing this. Okay. Then I have Ralph. Okay, I have Ralph. He is our extreme, most talented marketing manager here, and he controls all the websites, all the ads, all those beautiful ads and advertisements and things that you all have seen. He controls that, so he is like part of the heart and soul of the business when it comes to marketing, outreach, and getting us known, so that way you can be here today. Then I'm trying to think if I leave anybody. Oh, we also have uh, um, Shazma. She is our account representative. You possibly got a call from her, or you might seen some emails or things like that from her. She's reaching out to try to connect with you to see if you can connect with us to try to come on to this session here while we're here today. Okay. Now let's go ahead and get to it. So I'm gonna go ahead and here. Okay. Now, so we've listed a bunch of people that are very important to my organization, and I want to talk about a couple of things, which is how to stay safe with remote workers. Okay, talking about the best cybersecurity practices for remote workers. All right, so we have the CyberSafe Student and Personal User Compliance Service. Okay, what we do there, let me make sure I have all this in. So I lost my train of thought here. 1 second. Okay. All right. So just want to see, and hopefully everything looks okay. I'm gonna go ahead and get here. So we have a couple of services here that we provide. Okay. We have a personal user compliance solutions, which ensures the individuals, their families, and their personal information is being protected. Micah, could you please drop a landing page in the chat here that also lets you know and share with you the channels for everyone streaming to this access right now. And if you're excited as I am to dive into this thing, we're ready to go ahead and roll. Let's get into it. Okay. So today I'll talk about remote work. and the risk that comes with it. I'll also share with you some vulnerabilities remote workers also entail. Okay, like unsecure networks, weak passwords, poor security plans, employee unawareness. Okay, so lastly, you'll know that some of these best practices, um, some of these best practices for staying safe while working remotely is very important. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll talk about some things today. We'll have a Q&A session at the end. In the meantime, if you do have questions, please go ahead and drop them in the chat. Drop them in the chat, but also you can hold those questions to the end so we can talk about why and how you can stay safe as a remote worker. Okay? So while you're sitting here grabbing your lunch or your late lunch or grabbing your snacks, let's get ready to buckle down. Okay? Now, COVID-19. One second here. Um, let me see. All right. So COVID-19 changed a lot of things, including how we work, right? We all know that. Many people don't have many people don't have to drive long distances anymore. They don't have to take the bus or the train to get to their jobs. So with that, just a computer, internet access, and connection, and then there you go. You can work from home. Okay. So today, professionals from all fields can manage the entire client process online. Okay. And that's reducing the need for an on location or in person meetings, things of that nature. So whether it's an email or file sharing or virtual meetings, you can all hold that now virtually and remote. Okay. So utilizing tools like Office 365, Google Workspace, Slack, Zoom, Google Meet, Trello, these things makes it easier. It makes it easier for everyone to be able to collaborate with your organization from distances and not being together all in one place. Okay. As you can see from the stats here, okay, remote work is becoming more and more popular. It's very easy, and this is the reason why. Okay, business owners save money, right? They save money cutting costs, cutting out expenses of office spaces, commuting, and all the utilities. And employees, on the other hand, they get a chance to enjoy the comfort of being at home, spend more time with their families, and now the workforce has been entirely remote. So with very little people in contact or in the office, that's really not needed anymore. With this is super convenient. It also opened the doors for other opportunities for attackers. Now, that's why it's very crucial to strengthen your cybersecurity to avoid these cyber attacks. Most of my employees work remotely. Matter of fact, every last one of them. Okay. But I have systems set up to keep everyone safe from the hackers. We're protected against cyber threats. In 2024 alone, okay, nearly 3,000 businesses in the United States have suffered a cyber attack. 3,000. Now, that's a lot more because we just had some probably earlier this week or last week. And a lot of you have heard about who? The CrowdStrike incident. The CrowdStrike and Microsoft incident just three weeks ago or so. Okay. So this month alone, we know that we have blocked at least 7 attacks from some of our clients. Okay. And why? That's because many small business owners think that they won't be targeted. So many of you are like, oh, well, we don't do much at all. We're just doing this. We're just doing basic browsing, or all of our stuff is on the internet browser. And we log in into a platform and then that's it. Well, guess what? The cyber attackers, the hackers, they're going to love you guys. And they're going to love you because you are vulnerable, because you're not thinking like a hacker, right? If you don't have these protections and things in place, you're going to get hit. Okay. So small businesses may not be on the top of the security game. A lot of them are not. It's even a trick. It's even trickier. Sorry, for remote workers, for remote teams. Excuse me. It only takes one employee to. It only takes one employee using an unsecure network. Okay, skipping out on safe practices and attackers. Okay, and then all of a sudden we have chaos. So if you look at the stats, as I see right here, okay, co-working spaces are hotbedded for theft, for data theft. Do you think your team is working from the bedrooms all year long? I know personally, okay, there are some people who do work from home. They're not working at a desk. They're sitting in their bedroom, they're laying on their bed and they're trying to work and do what they need to do. Well, for us, a lot of gadgets that they use can make the whole network vulnerable, which will make your working machine vulnerable as well. So one thing you have to think about remote workers is your home network protected? Is your home network protected? Now, some of you may feel like, oh yeah, I got a company laptop. They gave me a company PC, and I went on and they got permissions. They do the security. It's great. But what about your ISP? What about your Spectrum, or your AT&T, or your T-Mobile, or Boost? What about those guys? So, do you at home have a setup? Has your company where you work at, has the IT company set you up to work remote and still be safe in this age? So I guess I ask again, how safe is your remote or a hybrid team? While the world was still dealing with COVID-19 in 2020, okay, Levita's capital collapsed. And what happened is a senior executive clicked on a fake Zoom link. They lost $8.7 million to this cyber attack. 8.7. And guess what? They never recovered. They were never able to get back into business, and they ended up shutting down. Okay. Can your employees spot a sneaky link like this? So here's a wild one for you. A security company that's called the Know Before accidentally hired a North Korean hacker as a software engineer. Okay. Now you're talking about a major slip up. Let's be serious. The real story is how this hacker got caught, right? So he was sneaking malware into the system. And then get this, it was a security company, and you're talking about ironic, they're a security company. So how that person was sneaking in malware into a security company, they found out before they know it, they were hit. So how would you find out? Okay, how would you find out working remotely, working on systems for your company? How would you find out if you were hit? Well, probably when you get hit with a multi-million-dollar ransom demand, that's a wake-up call. Okay, so when your boss or you as the boss get hit with an email saying, we've shut down your systems, we have totally compromised your network, and here's the ransom to get everything back up and running. You don't pay that ransom, you're not getting back up and running. Guaranteed. You're going to start all over. Are you going to start all over? What if you do decide to start all over, right? You decide to start all over, but now your credibility gets hurt. These are just a few countless issues, threats, right, that has happened to teams that teams face. One of the most common known one is ransomware. Imagine someone walks into your home, they left the front door unlocked. Then the locks then locks the door behind them and demand money from you. Okay? What if they demand money from you? That's what that is. It sounds kind of ridiculous, but that's how it is. So typically what ransomware is an attacker gains access to your business because of your weak security posture, all the vulnerabilities, shuts down your operations, all your business operations, and demands a fee to restore them. That's what ransomware will do. Okay. The fee is no joke either. So, according to a study, the median, and I'm talking the median range for a ransomware payment in 2024 was $2.54 million. That's a cost that can cripple any and many businesses. Phishing is a major deal. Phishing, phishing emails. Many employees, many employers, many businesses have shut down businesses because of that, because of this hit. Even some owners have done so because when they didn't spot that phishing email, the attackers, of course, they get smarter and smarter. They see that, oh, they're implementing something over here. So guess what? We're going to go ahead and try to maneuver them. But they come right back around and they get you again. Okay? They find their ways. They're always find their ways and they always find a way to get you. So attackers are getting smarter with new phishing methods and they keep popping in and popping up. And that's what you're going to see. All aiming to gain access to your information and steal your information. So can your employees tell the difference between a real email from you or their colleagues and a fake email from an attacker? Can they determine that? Well, have they been trained? Have they been trained to spot phishing attempts? If not, you might be sitting on a time bomb right now. I'm sure you just had an email probably come in 15 minutes ago, right before we started this session. And you probably clicked on it, or someone else clicked on it. Spyware sneaks onto your device, okay? They sneak onto your device, they download attachments, then silently monitor what you're gonna do. They're monitoring and waiting to strike. A lot of times they don't strike right then. So you may be like, well, my computer's not running slow, nothing's going on. They're watching. They're in your network right now as we speak. And they're watching and they're waiting to hit you. Okay. And when they do, they're going to silently take the information, get a hold of your data, and then guess what? Then you're going to wake up the next day or after the weekend or after your vacation, okay, or after a holiday, and you're going to have a ransom cost, and it's going to say, you've been hit, you've been hacked, we have your information, there you go. So, with that being said, let's see. Hold on here. Looks like my slide went down. One second here. I apologize. Got something going on here. Let's see. Okay. All right. Well, what we're gonna do is I apologize. I got something going on my slides. Not sure what it is, but I'm gonna go ahead and just continue and kind of talking to you while we're doing this. So the thing is having let me see where I was here. So what I was saying was, can your employees tell the difference? Okay, can they tell the difference from a phishing email, from a known email that should have came from you or one of your colleagues? That's number one. Okay, so let me tell you a story about how why employee awareness and security. This right here. So security awareness is so important, right? So in 2020, Twitter was hacked through social engineering. Okay. Hackers called Twitter employees, pretend to be from the IT department, and convinced them to share their login information. This allowed the hackers, right? Allowed the hackers to access internal systems and compromise several big accounts, including some of the people you may know right now: Joe Biden, Bill Gates, and even Kim Kardashian. Okay? You're talking about these people here that is infected and caught on to their accounts. So employee unawareness is a big deal. When was the last time your employees had cybersecurity training? Regular training is essential because attacks tactics change constantly. So keeping your team updated can help prevent incidents like this from happening to your organization. Outdated software, weak passwords, unsecured networks, just to name a few, are vulnerabilities that a secure scan can actually cover. You won't know if you're at risk in these areas until you do and conduct a comprehensive cybersecurity risk assessment. Okay? You wouldn't know. So it's best to leave the cybersecurity risk assessment to professionals. They have the skills to identify weakness that might be overlooked by others. Staying compliant is very important. Some businesses don't get to recover after facing the consequences of non-compliance. You won't. You don't want this to happen to you. Trust me. How do you know if you're in compliance right now? Based on what you do. If you're a CPA, if you're a law firm, if you're a chiropractor, or you're in the healthcare field, how do you know that you are in compliance, especially as a remote worker? You don't. Now, about the organization's cybersecurity policies. What about that? Do you have a policy in place? Do you? Here's another big question. If you were breached today, do you have a documented process to contain it? That's why having an incident response plan is so important. It's a smart move for keeping your business running smoothly, and that gives you peace of mind. Now, I know all of these, or this is a lot to take in, and you're kind of like, well, my IT department is covering it. But no worries. Okay. I'm going to guide you through the security journey that you should be on. Now, what are we going to do after we get off this call? That's the key thing. You'll take your cybersecurity, or will you take your security more seriously after this call? And please note that cybersecurity in today's world is a game of time. If you decide to wait tomorrow, the attacker might strike today, and you'll lose everything you've ever worked hard for. So because I don't want to see you in that devastating situation, I'm opening up my calendar for a free discovery call for the first 10 attendees. Okay. For the first 10 attendees, I'm going to, that sign up, I'm opening up for this call. This is a way of saying thank you for spending time for at this lunch and learn or break or snack, right? Because we're a little bit down the line in the afternoon with me and my team. In these discovery calls, I get to know you, you get to know me, we get to talk about where your security stands right now. And then from there, we will see what the best practices are, and we'll schedule another meeting on what we can implement and how we can further help you. I'm going to actually have Micah right now drop the scheduling link in the chat. But we also have a QR code, right, that you can also scan with your phone if that's easier for you. So Micah, if you don't mind, please drop the scheduling link in the chat and also the QR code, please. And again, while Micah is doing this, do not wait until it's too late. Go ahead and schedule that discovery call with us today. Okay? Schedule it. It's a free session. It's a free call. Okay? You're not being charged for it. Okay? All right. Now let's open up the chat for some questions that you may have. If there's something that we covered today that you're curious about, and again, I truly, truly apologize for the technical difficulty we had where I had some more slides up there to give you some more direct feed information, some visible information that you can see. But I apologize, but hopefully what I've been saying here so far has been helpful in talking about the best practices while you're working remote. So if you can put in some questions here, put in your questions that you may have, and let's see what that looks like. Oops. I don't know what I just did there. Okay, someone has says I had a hard time centralizing documents safely for my remote and hybrid teams. Is there a way? Is there a way your company can help me with this? The question, the answer to that is absolutely. Um, we can definitely help you with this. The first step to getting this process taken care of for you is scheduling for that discovery call. So once we get that scheduled, we'll talk about that also there. And yes, we can talk to you about how we can keep your team and your documents safe. Next one is, how is Triad Cyber Solutions different or better from the cybersecurity system my company already has been using? Well, that's a great question. One of the things that we do as a cybersecurity company is the reason why that question right there. One of the reasons why we produce and do a cybersecurity risk assessment is to grade and see how well your security posture is currently right now. No matter who's working with you or who you have on your team, you can have the cybersecurity company from the White House. It doesn't matter. We'll run a cybersecurity risk assessment that will give us an A to Z dialogue of your security posture with your company, everything down from A to Z to see how that is. And then that way you can look and measure apples to apples of, okay, this is what we found. This is what we see that you need to do versus what you have in place. So that's how we can do that. Does your company offer any kind of trial services for a short period of time to test services so we can try before making our decision? Well, I can say this. I got the best question. I got a question for you. if you go to the dentist, if you go to the dentist and the surgeon says you need to pull a tooth, do you think if you ask him and say, well, can I try your service first before you pull my tooth? Do you have that option? The answer is no. He's going to say you need to pull it or you don't do anything at all, or you can do a root canal or something like that if you're trying to save it. Now, if you're trying to pull that tooth and then turn around and put another tooth in, will that surgeon allow you to try that other tooth that he's going to put in your mouth in place of that tooth that he took out? Will they allow you to do a trial? The answer is no. So the answer for that question is absolutely not. And the reason being is our processes, it's not so much tools. Our process that we gain information from our cybersecurity risk assessment gives us the foundation on how we will tailor your security needs. Every business has different needs. Every business will not have the same needs. So there's no way to be able to tailor and to properly protect you and your company by utilizing the services from, let's say, a truck stop, a person from a company who runs truck stops. There's no way that your situation will be the same as theirs. So that's the reason why we cannot do a trial there. Next question is, I'm trying to onboard 2 new employees. What's the first step in doing that securely? Well, the first step with that is we have an onboarding process. So our onboarding process, again, 1, book the call for the discovery call. Let's talk about what you're talking about doing here. But after we get our cybersecurity risk assessment, that's where we can determine how we're going to be able to onboard those 2 new employees. Next question I see is, does your services cover securing a home network? And if yes, how do I move forward? Yes, we can also provide the service where we'll protect your home network as well. And that is something, that is something I absolutely prefer and recommend. And reason being, let's say your kid's at home or you have some guests come over the weekend and they're getting on the internet and they're just doing some basic browsing. They're being innocent, they're doing whatever they do. Somebody pulls up something and all of a sudden it attacks their machine, it attacks their device. So something from their phone, something from their tablet, something from a gaming system, now it's in the home internal network. Well, now when your computer is connected to that internal network working, now your device has the ability to be infected and actually hacked. It can be taken and compromised. And now the work that you're doing on your work computer is translating and you're collaborating with other work members at your job. Now the documents and the emails and stuff that you're sending from your home PC is sending it to the office. Somebody's going to click on it. Now it's going to their machine and it's constantly spreading. So that's the reason why and how. So moving forward, what we can do is, yes, 1, let's schedule that discovery call. Let's talk about some of the things you want to talk about, which is, hey, how do you secure your home network? We'll put that plan in place along with everything else. All right, looks like I have one more question here is, can you help my remote team in another continent and stay compliant with local laws in the United States? That answer is absolutely. It doesn't matter where they work, okay? You got people working in China, Russia, you can have them in Saudi Arabia. It doesn't matter where, because the device will be protected. All the information that they're utilizing and working on will be protected, and we can utilize that with our systems that we use. Again, all of this is not possible unless we do that discovery call. None of this is possible unless we schedule that discovery call, then go through that cybersecurity risk assessment. Let me take that back. We'll do that discovery call. We'll talk about some things. We'll get to know each other to find out where we are and what your pains are. You have your questions right here, and then we'll move on to the next step. So again, I speak about cybersecurity risk assessment because it was earlier in our presentation where I talked about doing that. So that is a main ingredient on before we can move forward, or before I can tell you any pricing, before I can tell you anything on how we can manage and secure your networks or your team. Okay? All right, a lot of great questions here. Thank y'all for putting those in the chat here. Very, very good. So with that being said, I want to thank everyone for their time to be with me and my team. Don't forget to schedule that discovery call, okay? Or click on that QR code, okay, at the bottom. Well, not the bottom right corner, but click on that QR code or hit that scheduling link, okay? And Micah will try to drop that again. Drop that again, please. So everyone has a chance to click on it. Everyone has a chance to see it. So we want to make sure that everything and you have the best possible chance. And again, for some reason you click on it and it's not doing what it needs to do, you're welcome to go to our website. Go to our website. That's www.triadcybersolutions.com. You'll be able to see there, be able to schedule a discovery call there. You can also, right, we can also schedule and do what is called, you'll see a free external security scan. That free external security scan allows you to get a free report on the exterior of your business, okay? So if you want to know more about, hey, how's my company looking like so far before we get deep dive into the internal, go to our website, click on that free external scan link or schedule or scan the QR code, and we'll need just a little bit of information from you so that way we can gather and get those reports, and then we'll schedule a time to meet with you. Okay? So you can also reach out to us by phone, via email, or any of our social media platforms. We're on LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, of course, Facebook. You see us on YouTube, here. So reach out to us any kind of way. Micah is here to help you and assist you. Shazma is also here and help to assist you, and then Chantel. So, but until then, until the next time, we'll have our next session possibly next month. We'll see how that goes. But until then, thank y'all for taking the time to sit with us and be with us and learn about how to stay safe. And again, folks, please do not don't forget. Do something. Don't just wait. Just don't be like my IT guy or the company has it already under control. I can guarantee you they don't have it under control. Some of you may feel like, oh yeah, we got one of the top of the line softwares and we have it already down. Guess what? Book a call with us. Let's just verify. Okay? That's a free thing. Let's just verify and let's talk about this thing and see what we can do to just verify and let's see if they are doing what they need to be doing. You will find that a lot of times they're missing stuff. They may be onto a lot of stuff. They may have a lot of pieces connected and covered. But remember, if you're a CPA, well, you got the WIS report. You have a lot of different other regulations. You got HIPAA. You got CNMC, okay? If you're a law firm, you got the ABA. You have HIPAA. If you're a healthcare, everybody has to do with NIST. Everybody has to do with CMMC. Everybody has PCI compliance. Everybody has PII compliance. There's so many pieces that I guarantee you, if your IT company has everything locked down, I will provide and give you a free cybersecurity risk assessment that's valued at $2,000. Okay? It's valued at $2,000 to come in and give you all of this information free from A to Z to tell you exactly what you need to do and how you need to do it to safeguard your processes. If you feel like your IT company has it all set up. So if you feel like your IT company has it all set up, schedule that call. Let's do this cybersecurity risk assessment, right? It's a $2,000 value a report. If they have everything covered, you don't owe a dime. You have more knowledge now. Maybe you can look and see this. That's the verification for you to see that you have everything locked down. Otherwise, we will have that cybersecurity risk assessment. It'll show you from A to Z what we need to do. Let's schedule that discovery call, people. Okay. Until next time, thank y'all very much. We really very much appreciate you. And for the ones who's out in the community, I know we got some storms coming on. Several states have some watches for flood watches and stuff. Please make sure you're staying safe. Stay inside. Keep all your loved ones. Check on your loved ones. Make sure you check on your loved ones and make sure everybody's safe. And we'll see you next time. Okay? See you later.